Good morning, and welcome to Fintech Forward. Before I say anything else, I'd like to start by thanking our hosts, the Bahrain Economic Development Board, and I'd also like to give a special thanks to our Fintech Forward supporters, Bahrain Fintech Bay. I'm Joshua Roberts, I'm the capital markets correspondent for the Economist newspaper, and I'm going to be your MC. Which means it's my happy job to welcome you here, and to a really exciting lineup of panels, interviews, and fireside chats we're going to be having over the next couple of days. Our theme for the conference is going to be cultivating strategic collaborations. Now, collaboration obviously is vital for finance. In fact, you might say that collaboration and the coordination of economic activity are quite literally what finance is all about. But even allowing for that, right now this theme feels to me like an especially urgent one. Probably the biggest trend that journalists who write about international finance and economics have been grappling with over the past few years is the idea of multipolarity. And what I mean by that is that in just a couple of decades, we've gone from a world whose financial markets were mostly run out of just a couple of big hubs to one where the global financial system is much more truly actually global. So whereas my predecessors who covered capital markets for The Economist spent most of their time shuttling back and forth between London and New York, I've been much luckier. I've had the privilege over the past few years of visiting a different financial hub somewhere in the world every month or so. And one of those, of course, is Bahrain, and I'm delighted to be back here. The consequences of this shift are absolutely enormous in where the world's capital markets are, how capital is allocated, and what price, where the returns flow, and in which currencies this all is happening, just to name a few of them. And as the global financial system becomes ever more complex with more nodes and more connections between them, any prediction about what happens next is guaranteed to be wrong. Well, I say any prediction, in fact, almost any prediction, because one thing I think we can be absolutely certain about is that as the world's financial system becomes ever more complicated, collaboration is going to become more essential than ever. And I mean that at every level. Between the countries, institutions, and individuals within them, between different asset classes and different investors who might not have thought of belonging to the same universe before, and in the partnerships that are flourishing between financial services and those working in so many other areas, artificial intelligence, blockchain, sustainability, development, many more. So it's very appropriate that this conference on the future of fintech should be focusing on collaboration, because in fact it's only with the help of technology that we actually stand a chance of cutting through all the complexity and harnessing the power of this new, much more global financial system. So that's going to be our running theme for the next couple of days. We'll be talking about generative AI and its potential to supercharge the sorts of financial services on offer, financial crime, changes in consumer behavior, developing the next generation of tech talent, sustainability, tokenization, open banking, and of course how governments and regulators are thinking about all of this. I started by talking about multipolarity, and one of the big surprises to me over the past few years is that some people view this as a negative term, that a multipolar financial system must somehow be chaotic and unmanageable and therefore undesirable. I actually don't think that's right at all. Yes, there are going to be some bumps along the way as the old hub and spoke model for finance is disrupted and a new, much more decentralized network forms. But the prize of this new financial system is far greater dynamism, decisions based on far more information, and ultimately markets that can respond much better to the investment challenges that we face today. So it's a very exciting time for fintech, which is the sector that will make all this happen. So enjoy the conference. Thank you very much for coming.